Iran's Revolutionary Guard says it seized a foreign oil tanker in the Strait of Hormuz. Seized it. We don't know where the tanker came from. We don't know why they seized it, but they did. Retired General Jack Keane with us now, Fox News strategic analyst. Is this something of an escalation in the Gulf, General?
Well, they're trying to create a crisis, certainly, that will put pressure on the international community and our allies, and therefore push the United States to back off on the sanctions. But I'll tell you, Stuart, the Iranians are really kind of off their game, because when you look at what they've been up to, these acts of desperation, sabotaging the 6 vessels, and they got caught at it, it backfired. They shot down an American drone. A tactical commander did that without the authority of the national leadership. And that backfired on them also, because the president chose not to respond, left the United States on a moral high ground. The Brits seized one of their tankers because it's a violation of sanctions. Then they try to do something with a British tanker, and that operation fails embarrassingly, because there's a British warship that prevents it from happening. This one continuous act after another that is indicating just how desperate the Iranians are because of these crippling sanctions on them. And they're really not doing too well in accomplishing what they want, and that is develop a crisis mentality that will put pressure on the United States. That is not happening.
What do you make of this this talk about Senator Rand Paul, Kentucky senator, maybe opening up some meetings with Iran's foreign minister, start negotiations? It's kind of mooted. It's out there. It sounds like it's actually a win for the Trump administration, because if they're starting to talk, that means they're in their box and they've got to talk. What do you say?
I don't think they're really ready to talk yet, because they still have some options left to include more military provocations. But certainly, from what I understand, the senator asked the president he'd be willing to do this for him. I suspect the president said, yeah, sure, go right ahead. I don't think Senator Paul is going there to establish terms with the Iranians. That would only be done likely by Secretary Pompeo and his team. But just to see if the Iranians are willing to talk. Zarif is in New York, their foreign minister. But he's an ultimate con man. He conned Secretary Kerry into actually thinking that as a result of the nuclear deal, the Iranians would act as a responsible nation, as part of the international community, and they would knock off their aggressive and malign behavior in the region as a condition for signing that deal. And, of course, that same year that they signed the deal, Stuart, the Iranians toppled the regime in Yemen that was friendly to the United States and our allies in the region. And that same year, they went to Moscow and convinced Putin to intervene in Syria. So you got to understand what you're dealing with here.
They're not doing real well, are they? Okay. And by the way, they seize another tanker, the news gets out, and the price of oil actually goes down. They're not doing very well at all. General Jack Keane, thank you as always. See you again soon.
Good talking to you, Stuart.
Yes, sir.